Hello everyone, welcome back to the Guild Wars 2 Path of Fire demo. So today we're looking at the Mirage class and that kind of stuff, so we'll see what's new. So what's new is that they get an axe in their main hand instead of their offhand now. So it's just a typical bleed, torment, bleed and torment kind of thing. So let's check this out real quick. So yeah, so the more you hit someone, the more you apply bleed and torment on them. That's pretty nice. That's pretty okay condition damage kind of stuff, actually. Alright, so number 2 is spin forward and strike multiple times, inflicting conditions and leaving a Mirage at your starting position. Oh, sorry, I should probably mention that Mirage are like the clone things now. Before, as Mesmers, you would activate abilities and you create like illusions, but now you leave Mirages instead, and Mirages are the new illusions, so to speak. So we leap forward, we left a Mirage right over there that seems to be dealing a small amount of damage to the heavy target golem over there. So we can actually do this multiple times and then leave an illusion on each golem. Oh, sorry, a Mirage. And now all 3 Mirages are attacking. And then the F1 to F4 abilities are still the same as before, which is detonate, confusion, detonate, confusion, detonate, confusion, detonate, confusion. Just that kind of stuff. They last a long time too, and that's pretty good. The Mirages are pretty good. Alright, so the third ability is you and all your axe clones shadow step to a random location around your target and strike, applying confusion. This attack breaks enemy targeting and your illusions change focus to the targeted foe. Alright, so let's start with the heavy golem. Let's do this. Start off with the medium golem. Let's do this. And then wait a few more seconds. Do it like that. And then let's focus back on the main golem and then press 3. So now all 4 of us are here beating the shit out of this golem. So that's actually pretty cool. And now the golem can't tell which one's the real one. Alright, so then the 4 is just the, torch abilities. So the new healing is the False Oasis. Create a Mirage at your current location and heal over time. When the Mirage expires, it spawns a Mirage mirror. Alright, so let's try this out. Alright, so that's the fake healing zone. It expired, so it didn't do anything. I guess we'll all need to learn what that does fully. We've got Mantra of Resolve. That's a mantra that's part of the old thing. Let me just wait before I can change all my shit again. I'll probably make a note to actually check these before I bloody use them. Crystal Sands, I think, is a new one. Draw in shards of crystal sand that confuses foes they pass through on their way to your targeted location. The shards from Mirage Mirror form a Mirage Mirror upon reaching their destination. Okay, so let's try that out. Bang. Okay, so then as all the shards move there, they'll apply confusion and that kind of stuff. Okay. So, sand through glass, evade backward and leave behind a Mirage mirror. So obviously if we stand here next to the medium golem, use this, we'll evade and create whatever that Mirage is. I still don't know what these Mirage things do, but I guess we'll figure it out over time. And then the ultimate is Jaunt. Shadow step to a target location and confuse nearby foes. So obviously if we shadow step towards this guy, we'll confuse. Shadow step again, confuse. Shadow step again, and confuse. So that's 3 blinks that don't deal major damage, but they do confuse the target. So I guess it's just a quick mobility spell, if anything, just moving around the place. Alright. Let me go see if we got any more abilities. I don't want to be in a fight, please. I don't want to be in a fight, please. Let me go have a look at my skills. So one horrible thing about this is just when people can come by, give you buffs, then you can't check out new shit. I guess while I'm in a fight, I can just read the new specializations. I keep pressing the button by accident. Alright, build. Some Mirage. Awesome. As I do that, this thing comes up. So, Deception is the new thing? Yes, Deception. So we've got Illusionary Ambush, and then Mirage Advance, I think. They're the new ones. Okay. So the Illusionary Ambush is you and all your illusions shadow step to a random point around your target and gain Mirage Cloak. Evade incoming attacks. Okay. Mirage Advance, Shadow Steps, and unleash an attack that blinds your target and nearby foes. You may reactivate the skill to return your original position. So this is the kind of thing where you would press 8, Shadow Step, press 2, and then press 2 again, and then go on the big one, press 7. You would all teleport, and then all have a funky dory time around the heavy golem. Okay, so that's cool. I have it Mesmer, but I don't really play them much, because mainly they're confusing as hell. This does seem just as confusing. But I think if someone's really, really good at Mesmers and would learn to master the Mirage thing, then they could fuck with someone's day, something fierce. Let's, keep accidentally doing that. Let's check this new stuff. Alright, so yeah, imaginary axes, release phantasmal axes that seek out the nearest target after a short time. Self-deception. Using a deception skill will create a clone if you have exactly 2 illusions active. Okay, so that's pretty nice. Gain regeneration when Mirage Cloak is active. The duration of damaging conditions is reduced while you're regenerating. Okay. Riddle of Sand. When entering combat, your first ambush attack applies confusion. This ability refreshes when you use a Shatter skill. Shatter gives a skill. Shatter skills give vigor, which grants condition damage. Okay. Your shattered illusions reform into a mirror. Touching the mirror shatters it, granting Mirage Cloaked to you and the weakened foes. Okay, so that explains all the things before. You'd create like a little mirror on the ground, and then if you walk into it, you will then create a Mirage, which then allows you to dodge and stuff. Okay, so that's it. Gain protection when Mirage Cloak ends. Okay. Release a phantasmal axe that seeks out target after a delay, inflicting conditions. Okay, the speed of sand gains super speed when you gain Mirage Cloak. Fair enough. Infinite Horizon. When you gain Mirage Cloak, the trait is also applied to all of your illusions. Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty... So then they're definitely not going to be able to tell which Mirage they roll one unless one of them starts, like, pissing off somewhere else. Dodging breaks stun or removes conditions. Okay. Strike nearby foes, inflicting bleeding. That's the sand shards. And that'll be it for the Mesmer. I'll see you guys on the next 2. So now we're here with the new Elementalist, which is called the Tempest, I think. They finally have access to sword skills, which they didn't have before. Which kind of, you know, weirds me out. I would have thought that everyone would have had access to a sword to begin with. Alright, so their sword skill is just Fire Strike. I'm assuming that becomes Water Strike. So it obviously becomes different based on the elements and that kind of stuff. Which is pretty cool, which is pretty good. Alright, so then, hang on, let me swap back to fire. We'll go through these abilities one by one. This will take me a bloody while. Alright, so build elemental flames in your sword and strike your enemies. It applies burning, of course. So that's just the basic burning. Yeah, there it is. There's the burning. So it just does basic damage and then basic condition damage through the burning. Alright, so let's try... Oh, I guess we're not trying it there. I guess someone just fired a laser at that guy. Let's try the leap. So a leap creates a circle of fire. That's what that does. The third one is cover yourself in increasing barrier while dealing damage to nearby enemies. So that's the barrier there. It's pulsing and it's dealing burn damage. We then have the fourth ability, which is trigger an earthquake at your location, knocking down foes and dealing massive damage. Alright, yep. Pretty basic. And then the fifth ability, which is make an earth churn, crippling foes, and then unleashing a seismic wave. Okay. So, once again, pretty basic stuff. Let me kill this golem real quick. Alright, let's check out the water ability, the water achievement. The water achievement will do just basic damage, but it'll heal you for each strike. So, it'll be like this, except I'll be healing myself as well. And then, with the second ability, you will propel yourself backwards, gaining regeneration and healing nearby allies. So it's basically a get the fuck out of the situation ability and then healing everyone around you. Twin Strike, quickly strike enemies in front of you with extreme nature of fire and water. So that'll be bang bang. And then that'll chill them, it'll burn them, and it'll grant you vigor. Okay. The fourth ability, Ring of Fire. Okay. And then Fire Grab. Let me do it on the big guy. Grab. So that'll apply all those things to him, unless I think someone else applied all those conditions to him because there's multiple people here. So that will just deal a lot of burning damage, a lot of basic damage, but it hits multiple targets. Let's check out the lightning one. The lightning one will just deal... Oh, it can strike multiple targets. So that's just a basic AoE kind of thing. That's pretty nice. And then we have the shadow leap. Okay, so that'll teleport you to a target and then just deal increased damage. And deliver a dazing strike. Gain super speed if you interrupt an enemy. So if you you'll gain super speed for a brief moment, and then if you interrupt someone, you'll gain super speed. Alright, so then the third ability is that you just throw something which form a frozen blade and spin it towards your enemies. It just chills them, and you gain vigor, basic stuff. Frost Aura, protect yourself with a frost armor that reduces incoming damage by 10% while active. It chills foes that hit you. Each attacker can be affected by this only once per second. So while I have this frost armor active, if I was fighting any one of the NPC things over there, then they would get chilled as they would hit me. And then the fifth one, Cleansing Wave. An AoE pool of water that will heal everyone in an area. Let's check out the Earth one. Earth ones will apply bleeding and just basic damage. So that's what that one does. And then the second one is it applies bleeding and cripple. Oh, and a big massive AoE by the looks of it. Yeah, you can hit up to 3 targets. So that's an AoE that applies bleeding and cripple, so that's pretty nice. We have the third ability which applies bleeding and vulnerability. And strike enemies, lifting them up from creating cyclones at their locations. Okay. So I'll do it to this guy here. Oh no, I'll wait until these guys are finished because I'm nice like that. Alright, so we'll do it to this one here. So we use that ability, we lift them up, and they get vulnerability, cripple, and bleeding. So that's a lot of things happen just for the one target. We have Ride the Lightning. Ride the Lightning to your foe, then strike all nearby foe with an electric burst. If a foe is hit by the burst, the skill recharges is halved. Okay, so that's pretty nice. So if I were to... Boop. No? I don't know how that works. Oh. It was an AoE lightning thing. It just did a whole bunch of damage. The fifth ability, gain swiftness from a gust of wind that launches your foes. So it'll propel them forward and propel them back. And propel me backwards, and I gain some additional movement speed. So, pretty boring. So the new healing skill is striking a foe causes water to erupt from them, healing your nearby allies. If I were to activate it, or is it just a thing? Okay, so my current auto attacks will erupt water from the target while I have that active, and then heal everyone around me. So that's pretty nice. The second ability is enter an earthen stance, gaining barrier periodically over the course of the stance. So this just grants me more stability. And stuff. So it'll again be barrier, sorry. Barrier is just extra defense. The next one is channel the prime elements at their core, dealing damage based on your current attunements. Fully attuned deals the same condition twice. So if I was fire, it'll deal more burning damage. If I was water, it'll deal chill damage. If I was lightning, it'll deal vulnerability. If I was earth, it'll deal bleeding. And then it obviously provides stability and all that kind of jazz. So you see that pulse? That's this. That's nice. We have Arcane Block. Block attack and Arcane Shield. If it blocks 3 attacks, it explodes, causing critical damage, which is pretty nice. So that's what the barrier looks like. So you can run around with it, and if I was hit 3 times, it'll explode into an AoE. So then we have the Weave Self. Temporarily reduce the recharge time of all of your attunements while gaining bonuses for attuning to new elements. Successfully attuning to all elements ends the stance and grants perfect weave. So, Weave Self, gather the elements to become the ultimate being. Jesus Christ, you become a god. Perfect Weave, 10 seconds, 20% boon duration, 20% outgoing heal effectiveness, 20% condition damage, and you gain 320 toughness, and you gain 50% movement speed. Alright, so let's check this out. Let's check this ultimate out. Alright, so fire... Oh, hang on, fire... Water? Lightning... Earth. There we go. I've gained it. So I've gained perfect weave, and then that's what it looks like around you. So that's pretty cool. So then I can cast this again to gain a pulse. Whoa, and I cast. Whoa, that was pretty cool and trippy. Yeah, that was really cool. So that Elementalist ultimate ability is pretty sweet. So basically, just go F1 to F4. You'll gain all of their abilities pretty much at the same time. You then activate the ultimate again to send out a pulse, and it'll deal a lot of damage. Like it half killed that golem right there. So it's just a big massive AoE kind of thing. Alright, so let's check out the this. I forgot what it's called all of a sudden. That art there looks cool. So we have your active attunement is now applied to your main hand, which, you know, is the sword. With the old attunement moving to your offhand, attunement recharges are reduced, gain additional to dual attack and stance utility types. Oh, I forgot to check to see if I had anything new or different. I did have something new or different. God damn it. So I think they're... Yeah, they're the new ones, I think. Twist of Fate and Unravel. Alright, so let me go down there. I'll have a look at them at the end. So then we have dual attack skills, weaken enemies, deal increased damage to weakened foes, so weakness. Gain super speed when inflicting inhibiting conditions on enemies. Gain increased vitality when wielding a sword. Gain bonus vitality based on the portion of the power and condition damage. Gain barrier when using dual attack abilities. Gain increased condition damage and duration for a period of time after tuning to a different element. Gain swiftness when using a dual attack. Deal extra damage to enemies while under the effects of swiftness or super speed. Enter an earthen state, gaining barrier periodically over the course of the stance, and then gain stability when activating a stance. Activate Lesser Stone Resonance when struck below the health threshold. Gain attributes based on the current attunement. When dual attune, gain both benefits. And then gain a damage bonus for a period of time when attuned to a single element. Gain ferocity based on the percentage of your power. Lose conditions at a rapid rate while under the effects of super speed. Gain super speed when you are inflicting with inhibited conditions. When you're afflicted with inhibited conditions, sorry. And then finally, gain vigor when using a dual attack. Dodge rolling grants a barrier. So, if I were to dodge roll, it'll grant a barrier. Alright, so let's check out break stun, then spin briefly evading attacks. Okay, so that's just a spin move where you just break out of a stun and then you evade attacks. For a period of time, you forgo your weaver training, choosing to fully attune to the elements instead. Okay, so this just grants you access to more sword abilities and stuff. Can I do it twice? Eh. And that's it for the Tempest. I'll see you guys with the final one, which is Medic Necro. And finally, we're here with the Medic Necro. I say that because apparently they've sacrificed all this death stuff, well, in defying of the death stuff, to make up for being able to heal allies and stuff like that instead. We'll see if that's true. Alright, so we've got the basic weapon abilities, you know, bleed your foe. I think they gain access to a new type of weapon, I think, which could be the Scepter in the main hand and then Torch in the offhand. I don't know, I can't really remember. I wasn't paying that much attention. I was just like laughing at the fact that Necros can be Medic Necros now. So I'm just going to assume that everyone knows about these abilities and stuff. I mean, I don't, because I don't play that much Necro, and even when I do, it's with a dagger. So we'll start off with the new healing skills. Grant nearby allies a barrier, convert a boon on nearby enemies into torment and cripple. So it just basically steals their boons and applies it into conditions. So that'll be that, and that big massive circle AoE. Well, it's not massive, it's just kind of medium sized. Trial of Anguish. Leave a trail of sand as you travel. Grant swiftness to your allies passing through it. Inflict burning on enemies and corrupt a boon into cripple or torment. So if I were to activate this, run past this golem, run past this golem, run past this golem, that person there would have gained swiftness, and then this deals burning damage and then converts boon into a condition. Then we have Draw a vital energy from your foe to gain life force and grant boons to nearby allies. Convert a boon on affected enemies into torment and cripple. So that'll be that. So that was AoE. So that actually affected all three of these golems. So that's pretty nice. We have plunge into the ground, creating a portal through Tyria for allied use. Grant allies using this passage a health barrier. Convert a boon on. Oh. Are you serious? I can't even use this fucking content. What is this bullshit? So I'm assuming it's like the Mesmer portal. I'm assuming that's what it's like. But the game wouldn't let me fucking test it out. What's the point in even having access to it in the beta if it won't even let me even do it in the fucking beta? Oh, anyway, well, I guess we're just going to use our imaginations for that. So then the ultimate is breach into the realm of torment for a brief time, granting might to allies and slowing enemies, and then the corrupt the boon stuff. So that's the circle that it creates, corrupting boons and applying might and stuff. So the new F1 ability is manifest a sand shade using some of your life force. Whenever you use a shade ability, you and your sand shade strike nearby enemies. I'm assuming this is the shade abilities. So we'll create one here. So I think we can create up to 3. So I'll create 3 at each golem. And then you and your shades convert conditions. Alright, so that's nice. So that's just like big massive AoE corrupt boon stuff. F2, sand rises up near you and shades to shield allies. So that's nice. F4, induce fear in enemies around you and your sand shades. So that's fear once again. So that's pretty nice. I haven't seen any of this healing shit yet. Enter. Oh, I needed some more sand shades. So get back here. F5, enter the desert shroud, gaining a powerful barrier and pulsing necrotic energy around you and sand shades. Okay, so that just like applies torment and that kind of stuff. It steals life, so that's pretty okay. So apparently that's just the sand shades. So let me quickly kill these things, and then we'll see if I'm missing any new abilities down here. I'm still pretty pissed off that this fucking ability is locked. Like, why? Let me fucking gain access to it, for fuck's sake. This is the beta. Alright, so I might as well just swap you out for something useful, like this one. I think this one's new. Yeah. Unleash ghostly serpents towards foes in the targeted area. Serpents striking their targets become magical sand, which grants allies a barrier. Convert a boon from struck enemies into torment and cripple. So they corrupt shit again. So, oh, the shit, that's fucking a huge circle. Okay, so since these two are in the circle, the sands went out and corrupted boons, and I think it created 2 small sand shades, which I think might act as additional sand for my F abilities. So that's interesting. So the F1 abilities consume life force. Yeah, they consume life force. So that's interesting. That's a very interesting concept. I was reading in the thing that they have the abilities to heal and stuff, but all I'm seeing is just this barrier stuff. So I guess someone lied to me. I'm upset now. I was really looking forward to Medic Necro. I thought it would have been funny. So Scourge, yep. So it's called Scourge? I thought it was called something else. Okay. Gain the power to craft sand shadows and command them using life force. Gain access to punishment and shade skills. Granting an ally a barrier removes conditions, afflicting them grants might. Torch skills gain reduced recharge. Oh, I think that's it. I think they gain access to torches now or something like that. I can't remember. Torch skills gain reduced recharge. Gain expertise based on the condition damage. Gain life force for every boon you remove or corrupt. That's pretty cool. It's an easy peasy source of life. Gain concentration and expertise for each of your active sand shades. That's pretty good. That's good. Manifest sand shades grants a barrier to allies near it. So that's pretty good. That means you can like F1 on someone's location and protect them. So I guess that's the kind of like supportive thing now, is that you apply barriers now and give all your friends and allies barriers. Skills gain reduced recharge and cause your next manifest sand shade to inflict burning on foes near it. Okay. Manifest sand shades, corrupt boons on foes near it. Okay, so that's pretty good. Blood as sand, reduced incoming damage for each sand shade you have active. So that's pretty good. So obviously if I had 3 up, that'll be 15%. So that's an okay amount. Sand Servant, you can summon only 1 shade at a time. This greatest shade has reduced recharge. You affect more targets and influence a larger area with shade skills. Demonic Law, torment you inflict, deals increased damage and causes your foes to burn. And then finally, when you remove or corrupt a boon from an enemy, gain that boon. And then it has all of this shit. All the boons that you could possibly have. So that's insane. That's pretty good. So that'll be it for the Guild Wars 2 Path of Fire demo. So I'll see everyone later. Bye. Have fun.